You get the email, or the ring, or the keys, or the number on the screen finally says what you wanted it to say. And for a strange second, your life can feel emptier than it did the day before. So why does getting what you wanted sometimes feel like losing something? Most people expect desire to work like a straight line. You want the thing, you work for the thing, you get the thing, and then the inside of your life is supposed to match the outside story. But that is not usually what happens. What usually happens is quieter. For months, ups, maybe years, your days have been held together by a sentence in the future. When I get there, then things will make sense. When this happens, then I can relax. When I finally have that, then I will feel solid. That sentence does more work than people realize. It gets you out of bed when the present feels shapeless. It turns boring Tuesdays into steps. It makes a sacrifice feel clean. It gives pain a direction. Then one day the sentence expires. And nobody warns you about that part. A person spends 6 years trying to get into a certain company. They study at night, miss birthdays, rehearse interviews in the shower, build their whole identity around becoming the kind of person who belongs. Then they get the call. Friends cheer. Family posts about it. The first week feels electric. By the third week, something ugly starts creeping in. Not sadness, exactly. Not regret. More like static. They wake up and notice the old engine is gone. The one that used to say, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now what? That question sounds small. It is not small. Because for a long time, the goal was not just a goal. It was architecture. It organized time. It explained effort. It made the present tolerable by borrowing meaning from the future. Once the future arrives, the loan comes due. And if you built your inner life around pursuit, arrival can feel less like a victory than a demolition. This is the twisty people hate admitting. The chase often gives more meaning than the catch, not because the thing is worthless, not because ambition is fake, but because movement is psychologically rich in a way possession often is not. Pursuit is full of tensions. Tension creates narrative. Narrative creates a sense that your life is going somewhere. Possession is different. Possession is strangely silent. Once you own the thing, or become the thing, or win the thing, the story that carried you suddenly stops talking. You thought the prize would contain a permanent atmosphere. Instead, it contains a desk, a room, a title, a person, a paycheck, a trophy, and then your own mind walks in right behind you. That is the part nobody includes in the fantasy. You do not arrive as a new creature. You arrive as yourself, and yourself is still there at 2:17 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, staring at the wall, wondering why the air did not change. This is why the moment after success can feel almost offensive. You made a deal with life. I will give you effort, obsession, discipline, years. In return, you will give me completion. Life takes the payment and hands you an ordinary morning. Coffee still cools. Emails still pile up. Your body still gets tired. The shower still fogs the mirror. The grand reward gets absorbed into routine with shocking speed. That speed matters. That speed matters. There is a name for it, but the name sounds too clean for what it feels like. It feels more like watching a miracle become furniture. The apartment you dreamed about becomes the place where you leave socks on the floor. The relationship you begged for becomes dishes, scheduling, and silence in the car. The promotion becomes a new baseline that your nervous system starts treating as normal almost immediately, and then a dangerous thought appears. Was this it? Most people feel guilty the second that thought shows up. They think something must be wrong with them. How can I be disappointed? This is what I wanted. Other people would kill for this. I should be grateful. So they hide it. They smile in photos. They say they are just tired. They tell themselves the real satisfaction is probably still coming. Next week, next month, after the next raise, after the wedding, after the move, after the child, after the book deal, after the house. Notice what just happened. The mind solves the emptiness by manufacturing another horizon that is not an accident. It is one of the oldest tricks in human life. We are very good at converting discomfort into a project. If the present feels thin, we do not sit with the thinness for long. We assign it a target. Wrong city, wrong partner, wrong salary, wrong body, wrong milestone. Sometimes that is true. A lot of the time, it is cover because there's a more disturbing possibility. The thing you wanted may have been carrying your meaning, not delivering it. That sounds abstract until you watch it happen. The person at the dream job starts refreshing listings for an even better role before their new ID badge has stopped feeling stiff. The newly married couple starts browsing real estate at midnight as if square footage will unlock the feeling the wedding promised. The artist who finally gets the glowing review reads it 3 times, feels flat by nightfall, then starts hunting for the next one. From the outside, this looks like drive. From the inside, it can feel like fleeing what? The blank space that appears when striving pauses. A lot of thinkers kept circling that blank space, not because they were gloomy, but because they noticed something else embarrassing about being human. We keep expecting the world to hand us a final answer in the form of an event. It does not. You can hit the milestone and still be face to face with the same old silence. Not silence as in nothing matters. Silence, as in the universe, does not rush in to explain why your life should feel complete now. And that gap between our demand for final meaning and the world's refusal to provide it is where things start getting weird. One way to feel that weirdness is to watch what desire actually does all day. Desire at its reality. It takes the mess of life and points a bright arrow through it. Do this. Move there. Become that. Win her. Fix this. Reach that number. An arrow is useful. It cuts through fog. But if you mistake the arrow for the destination, you end up trapped in a loop where every achieved goal reveals the same hidden floor underneath it. More life. More uncertainty. More you. That is why the emptiness after arrival can feel so personal and so cosmic at the same time. You are not just disappointed in a purchase or a promotion. You are colliding with the possibility that no external event was ever going to settle the deeper question, now the smaller, meaner tragedy. The person with the dream job starts feeling ashamed for not feeling transformed. They become extra cheerful around coworkers. They post gratitude online. They work even harder, partly to prove they deserve it, partly to outrun the suspicion that they built an altar to a doorway. At home, they sit on the couch with the laptop glow on their face and feel absurdly restless. This was the mountain. Why does it feel like a lobby? That sentence can break people a little. Because if the mountain feels like a lobby, then maybe the next mountain will too. And if the next one will too, then what exactly has been powering this whole system? Here is the unsettling answer. For many people, the system runs on deferred aliveness. They keep their real life just over the next hill. Not here, there, not now. Then, this is efficient. It keeps people moving. It fills calendars, cities, industries, and self-help shelves. Entire economies are built on the promise that the next acquisition, upgrade, achievement, or identity shift will finally click the last piece into place. A culture can become a giant conveyor belt of almost successful enough, almost attractive enough, almost secure enough, almost finished. Fussy people do not have much time to notice the void. That is one reason endless striving is so useful. It keeps the machine fed. If people really stopped and felt the emptiness after arrival without instantly converting it into another purchase or plan, a lot of systems would lose their spell, because then you would have to ask a much stranger question than what should I want next? You would have to ask what wanting has been doing for me all along. That question is dangerous. It can make your achievements look different, not fake, not meaningless, just unable to perform the job you secretly assign them. A degree can educate you. It cannot justify your existence. A relationship can deepen your life. It cannot permanently remove your inner vacancy. A career can structure your days. It cannot answer why being alive should feel worthwhile on a random Tuesday. We keep slipping those impossible assignments onto finite things. Then we resent them for failing. This is where people often take a wrong turn. They hear all this and decide wanting itself is the problem. So they try to float above ambition, attachment, need. That usually collapses too. Because humans are not built to live without investment. The issue is not wanting. The issue is treating meaning like a package that will be delivered by arrival. It usually is not. Meaning behaves more like a verb than a prize. It happens in participation, in making, in loving, in building, in keeping promises, in paying attention, in choosing something, and returning to it even when no cosmic voice confirms that you chose correctly. That is less dramatic than the fantasy of final fulfillment. It is also more real. This is the point where some of those old labels finally help. Existentialists kept pushing toward a hard fact. If the world does not hand you a ready-made purpose at the finish line, then waiting at finish lines is a bad strategy. And absurdists went one step further. They said the mismatch itself is permanent. We want clarity, permanence, completion. Life keeps giving us fragments, repetition, and endings that do not explain themselves. So what do you do with that? You could despair. A lot of people do, briefly, right after getting what they wanted. But there is another move. You stop asking your goals to save you. You still chase them. You still build. You still fall in love with projects and people and difficult work. But you stop loading them with the task of making your existence feel finally settled. That changes the texture of ambition. Now, a goal is something you engage, not something you kneel before. A relationship is someone you meet, not a machine that manufactures permanent meaning for you. Work becomes a place where you spend your life, not a verdict on whether your life deserves to exist. And strangely, this makes desire cleaner, less desperate, less superstitious. You can enjoy the pursuit without pretending. Pretending the finish line contains a secret substance called enough. The person in the dream job eventually notices something. The emptiness was not proof they chose wrong. It was proof they expected the job to do something no job can do. Once that clicks, the whole scene changes. The office is still the office. The title is still the title. The excitement still fades in ordinary ways. But now they can ask better questions. What kind of work feels worth doing even after the novelty burns off? Who do I want to become while doing it? What relationships do I want to protect from being sacrificed to the next milestone? What practices make a day feel inhabited instead of merely spent? Those questions are less glamorous. They are also the ones that actually touch life, because the opposite of emptiness is not permanent ecstasy. It is involvement. Being inside your days instead of forever using them as stepping stones toward a future that keeps moving. This is the part nobody tells you when they sell you the dream. Arrival is not the end of the search. It is the moment the old search fails. And that failure can force a better one. Not how do I finally get the thing that completes me? How do I build a life I would still recognize after the applause dies? After the novelty burns off, after the room goes quiet. Because when the next thing you want finally shows up, and the air still feels like air, and the morning is still just morning, that emptiness is not life betraying you. It is life refusing to let a milestone pretend to be meaning.